NFL draft nerds, it is time for Dane Brugler of the Athletics 2025 post combine NFL mock draft. And as you can see from the title of this over on the Athletic, Giants trade up for number one, and we'll see what ends up happening at number one. But I think we can all kind of guess based on that picture right there. Cam Ward sitting there in the middle. So, first time I'm rolling through it with you. We are mocking the mock here. Dane Brugler does a better job, as good of job as anyone in the draft space. He is who everyone should aspire to be as good as when it comes to covering the NFL draft and doing a lot of scouting work on his own as well. So Dane Brugler, tremendous. I'm excited to get into this. New York Giants projected trade with Tennessee, trade up for Cam Ward, quarterback Miami. I have long said if the Giants are going to take a quarterback in the top five, probably should be Cam Ward. Would I trade up for Cam Ward? No, I would not. But if you're taking a swing in this class, Cam Ward is the best swing you can take. I don't have a true first round grade on Cam Ward. I think for those that kind of want to compare him to a Patrick Mahomes, which I've seen, yes, there is some of that innate playmaking ability, the ability to throw off platform, the ability to throw out of arm angles. I don't think he has the same level of arm strength or accuracy, but maybe you get some level of that playmaking, instinctive quarterback with eyes in the back of his head. You can limit turnovers a little bit more than you have in the college career. You can grow from within the pocket. I do think Brian Daboll is a good coach to try to get the most out of Cam Ward's skill set. So it's a swing by the Giants. It absolutely is. But look, it's an exciting swing. And again, not the direction I would really want to go. But I would take Cam Ward over Shedeur Sanders without question. I don't love trading up to land him. The Giants have a lot of holes on their roster, right? I don't know, but maybe you look at the relationship between coaching and front office and ownership, and you might just be like, hey, we have to get our quarterback right now. Otherwise, we are dead in the water and we are not keeping our jobs. So maybe it'll work out for the Giants here. I do think Dane Brugler does this all predictively. So there's obviously some heat on the Giants potentially trading up. Obviously, I think if you're paying attention, you saw that the Giants were very interested in Matthew Stafford. Stafford's going to go back to the Rams. So they've got to get a quarterback one way or the other. I would rather do this than sign Sam Darnold. I'll tell you that much. So Cleveland Browns, Abdul Carter, edge, Penn State. Yeah. It looks like the Browns might not have Myles Garrett next year. Who knows what happens with that situation there, but he did request a trade. If you don't have him, landing Abdul Carter, who is, Myles Garrett was a generational prospect. Is Abdul Carter that? No, but he's an elite prospect. He is. No question about it. Abdul Carter, edge out of Penn State. I like that for the Browns. And it looks like the Browns will have a veteran quarterback back there that's not named Deshaun Watson. So I could see it. Tennessee Titans projected trade with the Giants, trading down from 1 to 3. Travis Hunter, cornerback receiver, Colorado. Yeah, good for the Titans landing. So now the two top prospects in this class are off the board at the Browns and the Titans. I think this is a great move for the Titans. The one question is who's playing quarterback for them. I don't know that it really matters because this isn't a year in which you're feeling like you have to go make the playoffs if you're the Titans. This is a year to build that foundation out further, and then maybe you can strike on quarterback long term in 2026, which to me looks like a much better potential quarterback crop. And now we have a big shift here. New England Patriots, Armand Membu, offensive tackle out of Missouri. Membu could potentially play guard as well. But look, I've been a big fan of Armand Membu this whole process. I think the hype maybe has gotten a little too high on Armand Membu. And he had a great workout, great season at Mizzou. I think he does everything the right way. He's big, he's physical, he's got length, he's got athleticism. I don't think he's as good of a tackle prospect as Will Campbell. I just don't. And so I would not make this pick, but do I think it's going to bite them because he's not going to be a great player? No. I'm a big fan of Armand Membu. He's close to my top 10. Not quite there. But I would take Will Campbell. I think taking Armand Membu is fine. Protect Drake May at all costs. I love it. And that gives the Jaguars Will Campbell out of LSU, who doesn't have the same measurables, but did test very well in his own right um, at the combine. And I think he's just a smoother overall player. I think he's more physical and strong as well. And I think he's got Pro Bowl written all over him in the future. And for the Jaguars, taking him at 5 right now, he would be a guard, probably right guard. And then later on down the road, maybe you could potentially switch him to tackle, right? You have Walker Little and Anton Harrison at tackle. Walker Little is on a 3-year deal. There's an out after 2026 for the Jaguars. So maybe if you don't want to pay Walker Little as much, you get Will Campbell back out to left tackle. Either way, I think landing somebody that's going to help in the run game and in pass protection for Trevor Lawrence is a huge move for the Jaguars. And the Las Vegas Raiders, Ashton Genty, this is the same situation I had for the Raiders yesterday. I just love the idea of the Raiders having 2 elite skill position offensive weapons in Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. Love it. New York Jets getting Mason Graham to pair with Quinnen Williams is silly season. That would be unbelievable. That would be a coup for the Jets. Love that for them. Carolina Panthers landing Shamar Stewart. This is almost the pick I made yesterday. I had Shamar Stewart going the next pick to the Saints, and the Panthers taking Mykel Williams, who I think Mykel Williams has a little bit more upside overall, but I think they're right in that same tier. I think that Williams' length and his natural run defending ability, which Shamar Stewart has that as well. I think you see a little bit more control and focus for Mykel Williams as a run defender, and I think that they both have upside as pass rushers. I think Williams has a little bit more upside than Stewart, but they're both tremendous prospects. So good for the Panthers there. And the Saints get Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State. They say, hey, sorry, buddy. The time for Tyler Warren is now. And, our guy, he had his time in the sun there with the New Orleans Saints as a tremendous role-playing tight end, somebody who could do a little bit of everything for them. And Tyler Warren can do the exact same thing, but do it at a bigger size, better blocker, more physical, more elite all around. Tyler Warren is. So that's a huge move for them, replacing Taysom Hill with Tyler Warren. Maybe you have both. I don't know. Chicago Bears, Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama. It seems like this is a little high for Booker. Not for me personally. I would take him right here and not think twice about it, because I think you know exactly what you're getting with Tyler Booker. A leader, a foundational piece, somebody who is not going to allow any pressure in the pass game with his length, his strength, his technical prowess at guard. And he's going to create a lot of push in the run game. He's not going to be the best athlete out there on the field. He doesn't need to be with his size, length, and again, his technical prowess and his want to. He has great desire to dominate his opponent. I love Tyler Booker. Mykel Williams going to the 49ers. Yep. I could see this certainly. He's got some tremendous traits, and developing him in San Francisco makes a lot of sense. They could use some more pass rush, some more defense, and he's a good run defender as well. So I like that fit for them. T-Mac to the Cowboys. This is also what I did yesterday. I think he really complements CeeDee Lamb's skill set well. Tedero McMillan gives Dak another big weapon. I like it. Nick Manwari to the Dolphins. Almost did this, but I still went with Malachi Starks. So Nick Manwari, unbelievable athlete. Unbelievable. I don't think he's as fluid in space as and changing directions, reading the game. I do think he reads the game well. I think he's a playmaker. He has great natural instincts. There's some more, even though you have this insane 6'3", 220-pound, 4'4", 40-yard dash, 43-inch vert, broad jump, all that stuff, he simply does not change directions and move as fluidly as Malachi Starks. So that's not the direction I would go, but I could see it, and I could see it being a great fit as long as you're knowing what his strengths and what his weaknesses are, right? Indianapolis Colts, Colston Loveland. Again, that's funny. Yesterday I did Malachi Starks to the Dolphins, Tyler Warren to the Colts. Tyler Warren's off the board here, but Colston Loveland, great receiving tight end, unbelievably long, leggy athlete with great length as well, catch radius. He can create separation at an extremely high level. He can line up anywhere for you because of his athletic traits, and he's got real strong hands as well. I think Colston Loveland's going to be a high impact tight end. Jalen Walker, another similar situation here. I had the Falcons taking James Pierce Jr. instead of Jalen Walker, but I can't see Jalen Walker. I don't know the real projection moving forward. Is he an edge rusher? Is he a linebacker? I don't think he's great at either right now. And I know he's a high character leader type of player, but it's early for me. Arizona Cardinals, Donovan Ezraku, edge out of Boston College. I had him going the next pick in my mock draft yesterday. So there's a lot of similarities and a lot of little tweaks here and there between my mock draft and Dane Brugler's. Ezraku is I think he's going to be a great player. Length, natural, leverage, explosive, fast, bag of pass rush moves, wins with effort against the run as well. Love that. That'd be a great pick for the Cardinals. Will Johnson to the Bengals slides down the board a little bit. Didn't come in quite as big or as long as you would expect from Will Johnson. Didn't test yet. You're hoping you can see that testing at the Pro Day, which you're supposed to, March 21st here, as Dane Brugler says. Yeah, Will Johnson. I think that'd be a great fit for them. I don't think cornerback is their biggest need, but at all. I think they have a lot bigger needs. I did a Bengals mock draft yesterday, actually. You can go check that out, but I think it's a good value at that point. Jihad Campbell to the Seahawks. Yeah, I thought about this one as well. He kind of fits that Ravens mold. And obviously with McDonald being over there as a former Ravens defensive coordinator, now their head coach, I like the fit a lot. Jihad Campbell is a freak show. My LB1, off-ball LB1 is Carson Schwetzinger, though. Just have to put that out there. Timba Bago and Mike Green, edge out of Marshall. It's a little early for me for Mike Green personally, and you have some off-field baggage. I don't know how you could take Mike Green over a guy like James Pierce Jr. personally, but that's just me. Omarion Hampton, running back out of North Carolina to the Broncos. Yeah, that's cool. I wouldn't take him over Matthew Golden for the Broncos at all. I wouldn't. I think there's more depth to this running back class than there is to the wide receiver class in terms of getting an actual starter, like number 1, number 2 type of running back. So, yeah, I would not take him over Matthew Golden. Shedeur Sanders to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow. Falling way down the board here. Shedeur Sanders is, and I don't have a first round grade on him, so it makes sense to me. I like this fit. I think Shedeur Sanders to Pittsburgh could be profitable for both sides. I don't hate that at all. But the Los Angeles Chargers getting Matthew Golden. You now have Matthew Golden catching passes from Justin Herbert. You also got our guy out of Georgia, Ladd McConkey. I really like what they're building there. That speed, that route running ability. Matthew Golden can be a deep threat, a 3-level threat, really. That's excellent. Green Bay Packers taking Derek Harmon. Love that fit for them. Derek Harmon is awesome. I can't remember if I mocked him to the Packers yesterday. I thought about it. He went to one of the NFC North teams, either Green Bay or Minnesota. I don't remember which one it was. But Derek Harmon, who is from Detroit, Michigan, would love to play for the Lions, goes to a different NFC North team, and he's got everything you're asking for from a defensive tackle. The ability to stuff the run with his length and strength, the ability to push the pocket, to win at the line of scrimmage and create penetration into the backfield against the quarterback as well. Great athlete, all the stuff you want. Kelvin Banks Jr., yeah, I had Kelvin Banks falling a little bit further down to Washington, and he falls off blocks way too much for me. And that's all I'm going to say about Kelvin Banks Jr. Gray Zabel to the Texans. I did this yesterday as well. We're a little bit simpatico on a lot of these picks, a lot of this thought process. I figure as a Jags fan, the Texans are going to take someone I really don't want them to take. And so getting Gray Zabel to upgrade their interior of the offensive line just makes too much sense. I love his game. Los Angeles Rams, Emeka Ibuka, wide receiver, Ohio State. this tracks. This does track because I think he can do a lot of the things that you've had Cooper Kupp do, that you had Robert Woods doing before that, right? Yeah, physical blocker, good enough athlete, great route technician, body control, hands, all that good stuff from Emeka Ibuka. Jade Barron to the Ravens. I can see that fit. They've been addressing the secondary a lot lately. But yeah, I mean, they could use it. Jade Barron paired up with Nate Wiggins, cornerback long term. Obviously, you still got Humphrey as well. I could dig it. And Jade Barron's going to have some versatility to play inside, outside for you as well. Detroit Lions getting Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan. Yeah, I can't see him falling that far. I really can't. With his athleticism and size and the tape he has, I think he's going to be a great run defender and somebody who, despite being a bigger nose tackle prototype, somebody who can create a lot of penetration and disruption in the backfield. Washington Commanders getting Josh Simmons, Ohio State offensive tackle. I don't think they can get this lucky. I don't think he falls this far because he is the most prototypical, the best left tackle in this class, in my opinion. But he's coming off a knee injury. So, yeah. That'd be amazing for the Commanders. I don't see it happening. Actually, patella tendon injury, which isn't like your typical torn ACL, a little bit different. But he should be ready for his rookie year. Buffalo Bills getting Maxwell Harrison at 30. Whew. I'll tell you what. I don't think the Ravens would take Jade Barron over Maxwell Harrison. I don't see it, actually. But either way, if the Bills can land a Harrison or a Barron, I think that would be good for them. Josh Connolly to the Chiefs. Yeah, we do this one all the time. Makes too much sense. He has prototypical left tackle traits and a guy that I think can help Patrick Mahomes in pass protection a lot. And getting coached up down there in Kansas City makes a lot of sense for him. Philadelphia Eagles, Walter Nolan. Holy. Walter Nolan and Jalen Carter playing next to each other is terrifying. Do not let this happen, NFL. Do not let this happen. What a great mock draft from Dane Brugler. I love it. Had a lot of fun with this one. Let me know what y'all think about this mock draft. I'm still like stunned. Walter Nolan to the Eagles. That would be absolutely terrifying. Howie Roseman taking advantage of market inefficiencies is what he does. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe, and y'all have a good one.